earlier today I said I was worn out, and we were. And believe it or not, we sat down a little bit this morning, and then I burst of energy and got a whole bunch done. But oh, I wanted to show you guys. These guys have been eating cabbage and cauliflower leaves, and I think that's what they're having. Oh, corn on the cob husk. This this rabbit here thinks he's king of the roost. He's sitting up there on that brick thing. I kept worrying, excuse me, at first that these guys were gonna get on there and get out, but they haven't. So how are you guys doing? You coming to see me? I'm not gonna pet you right now. I know you would love for me to pet you, wouldn't you? Would you like to come over? Nope, don't feel friendly. How about you? You feel friendly? See, not without a treat. So, these guys have done pretty good. Clay had to clean out some of this area. It still has more to go. Oh, you're going to stand on the brick too? But these guys are going to be moving over there near the bees to clean out that area next, which is going to be kind of tricky, I think, getting the fence in for Clay and I. I'm not sure. Clay probably has it all set out and figured out. But they're having a good time. They're sunning themselves. They can go anywhere, but the smart bunnies know that it's drier there. They can go under there to stay dry. They did not like the hazelnuts at all. And the cabbage and stuff, they've been eating that all day. They love the horseradish, which was really funny because they kept eating it and eating it. We thought they wouldn't like it, which is now under the bird cage thing over there, because we didn't want them to eat the whole plant, and we have to take it out and move it around. But we have 4 bucks, no females this year, and these guys are going to go to freezer camp eventually when they're done working all summer. Now, if you've heard us talk about this setup for weeding, I just want to back up and tell you that we've had a lot of questions about it, but pretty much this is the deal. You can set up a area for them with a fence, make sure they can't get out, obviously, and you can't keep it like this all summer. If you do, they're going to eat it down to the ground and start to tunnel under. And you don't necessarily want to feed them. I mean, we have lots of food because if you feed them, they may not eat all the other stuff as quick. I mean, they're eating the grass and things like that. I mean, you can feed them pellets and things like that, but, you know, if you keep feeding them other stuff, they may not eat down everything as quick. Just something to be aware of, which can be good or bad, because if you think that they're getting low on their food, like when they were in the other area over there, Clay was doing other things and he couldn't get to them quick. So I made sure they ate lots of peaches and stuff so that they stayed in. They still had weeds to eat, but I kind of gave them more greens so that they would stay in there. And this is great this time of the year because I can feed my animals all the things we get from the garden and all the, you know, food cleanup and of course pellets and everything, but they can eat, like I said, just about everything in there, I guess I should say. They're eating the scraps, they're eating all the food there, so it does save on feed. But in farming, that's your expense. It's not the price of the animals, it's the feed. And so if you can't feed them, then you shouldn't have them because it's not fair. But basically, you just want to make sure that they have enough food, but not too much if they're cleaning out weeds. So if you don't have enough food, they are going to tunnel out. And you have to move this as soon as they're pretty much done eating everything and they're kind of, you know, looking for things. That's when you want to move them to the next section. So you don't want to get them where they're having bald spots on the ground. The bald spots that are here were from pots and stuff that we had down, but you don't want them to eat this greenery down all over, because then they're going to start to think about leaving and tunneling down. Now I don't know what it would be like with females in here, because it may be a whole different thing, because these are only bucks And we just didn't want to do a rabbitry and have a bunch of babies and stuff this year. So we just did $4. That's all we did because pretty much we weren't even sure if we were going to get back into bunnies. But I've really enjoyed them, and I don't think I'm going to be doing guinea pigs anymore. I have videos up on guinea pigs if you like guinea pigs. It's a fun thing if you have kids because they're really sweet. And actually I think they eat the grass too, but there you have to be a little bit more secure so they don't get out or anything. My dog is good about helping me to find them, but we don't have all of our animals because we do, this time of the year we start letting go of chickens and guinea pigs and rabbits and things we don't want on our farm so that we don't have to winter them. Because that's the other thing with farming. You have to decide if you're going to winter, who you're going to winter. But we're going to be butchering some of the poultry. The bunnies are all going to be going to freezer camp. And this will be the new spot for the rabbits. And then after that we'll probably bring them to freezer camp. And this is the other side of that greenhouse. But you can see they're going to be moving pretty soon. If they don't get moved pretty soon for some reason, because now we're starting to rain and stuff, which we can still work in the rain. But you know, there's a lot of nice days that we won't have to. But now I will be supplementing them if this gets down too low, which I'm already starting to think in that direction. Because I don't want it to be that I have to chase bunnies, although I am an awesome bunny catcher. But I'm pretty good about catching them up, but that's not always so. Sometimes, you know, it's just, I don't know if it's because they're males or not. Of course, over here are the pheasants, which are just chilling. And it's actually really pretty out now. We had the rain earlier. But these guys are just hanging out. But there's the bunnies. You can see they've done a lot of work, which I'm really thankful. So we'll definitely be doing that again. We'll have the rabbits around to clean up messes. And it's easy. All you gotta do is 2 people put up a fence. Takes a half an hour. They stay out in an area for a week to a month, and you just keep moving them around till you have all your areas cleaned out. And if they get all the areas cleaned out, they have cages that they can stay in, that they have water bottles and food and everything. And second part of farming too, I should say another part of farming is cage making. So if we get a lot and do rabbitry stuff more, you just keep making cages. I think right now, if I didn't have anything else, I probably have at least 10 cages for bunnies or more. Do you like your Din Din? Are you enjoying that today? Breaking up the monotony, keeping you out of the horseradish a little bit. So they're nibbling and eating, but I kind of am suspicious that maybe one more week if they wanted to, at most maybe. You know, like I said, I have pellets and things that I could feed them, but I just want them to clean up the messes as low as they can before they start to go. I'll show you over here how much they did. Are you going to come with me, Charlene? Charlene, you better not use that as a litter box. They like fresh dirt. Love my cats. Okay. This side here, we already had tarp down, but there was some scrub over here. Oh, good girl. Charlene, it was good of you not to do that. You know, she's just mouse going around. She's a funny cat. Some days she can be really sweet, and then some days she doesn't want to be bothered. But for the most part, I think she's pretty much has a really sweet temperament. And here comes Maxine. Hi, sister. How you doing? You want to say anything? So, not a lot of stray cats around this house as we have. We've had a few, but these guys have been doing their duty, keeping out the stray cats. 'Cause we used to have a lot of them. Are you doing the job? Yeah. This is all going to be storage as far as pots for the garden and stuff, just garden stuff. It leaks. We didn't realize that it wasn't leaking. It does now though. So we talked about taking it out, what we're going to do, enclosing it, but I think I'm just going to use it for garden area because when we're butchering and stuff, we just need that area. So that's why it looks a little junky up there, moving things around. Would you guys like to say something? Shorty, how about you? You hanging with the girls? Yeah. I thought I had an adopted home for you, but you're probably going to stay, huh? Because you're such a loving boy. Yeah. I don't really like people to dump cats off here, though, because we have the busy road. And if somebody ends up missing, I always worry. And, of course, I have had the situation where I picked up a wild cat and it bit me before, so I don't like to do that, like a kitten, because some of those little kittens are fine and some aren't. Never pick up a wild kitten. No. So what do you think? Yeah. So these are my barn cats that are actually inside outside. Yeah, because I love my barn cats. They get to live in the house. But right now you're outside because it's nice out. I think Sam Kilmousey is in the house. And OC and who else is in the house? One of my bees just flew by. I can't think who else is in the house. Larry. No, actually Larry's not in the house. He's probably sunning himself on the front porch. So, but once it gets cold, they're all going to be inside because they're babies. They're my babies. And the dog, he pretty much stays in most of the time. He's in and out, but he has to be leashed and stuff, so it's different for him. But he's got spots all over, but he's a good boy. Okay, kind of walking around, just kind of letting you take a peek at the farm. Pretty soon it's going to be all colorful. Right now here in upstate New York we still have a lot of green, and poison sumac, which Clay will be chopping down over there, is starting to color too. You guys all having a good time out here? I have this hose over here. I probably need to walk inside. I have this hose over here for their slop bucket, because after I feed the bunnies, I rinse out the bucket. I rinse out the bucket, huh? Hey, you better be a good boy, Shorty. Don't be scratching stuff. He was Shorty because we thought he was going to be a munchkin, because his legs are so short, but he's not a munchkin. And there's Maxine. Yeah. And I got a lot of work to do. Okay, guys, I was hoping I would fall asleep and take a nap, so I'm going to try again. Just slowly go to sleep and take a nap. And I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.